Hi everyone! So I released a mobility video that is geared towards surfing. You may have found some movements harder than others, so I'm going to break those down. I'm going to go through some smaller, more specific mobility as well as motor control and stability exercises. Realize that your body is a work in progress, so just enjoy the ride. So you will need a few equipment for the thoracic mobility exercises. If you have a foam roller, whether it's long or short, doesn't matter. If you have a half foam roller, this would be great. Many people wonder what this is for, and we use half foam rollers for thoracic mobility all the time. If you don't have either, no big deal. Grab a big blanket or maybe your yoga mat and roll it up really tight. And then lastly, optional, if you have a resistance band or maybe a small weight, you can grab that. If you notice difficulty with folding chair, runner's lunge, frog squat, and rolling cobra, then one component can be thoracic mobility. If what I said doesn't make any sense to you, check out my previous posts of an 8-ish minute mobility session. But let's take this into function. So maybe you notice difficulty getting your chest up when paddling, or even worse, experience neck, shoulder, or back pain when paddling. All this can be due to lack of thoracic mobility, extension, and rotation. So I'm going to take you through 5 exercises to address just that. Now, remember, once you achieve mobility, you need to strengthen it. So the work is never over, but it is definitely worth it. Grab your foam roller or your rolled up towel and put it perpendicular to your spine. You're going to go onto your bum with your feet flat and your hips staying on the ground. Bring your lower shoulder blades in contact with that foam roller. Both hands go behind your head. I move one hand out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. From here, we're going to go 5 times, sinking back over that foam roller in 3 different spots. Sink down and back for 2 and up. Sink down and up for 3. Sink down, up for 4. Sink down and up for 5. Now move your heels or your bum towards your heels so you can move up on your spine. I'm switching out to the half foam roller just so you have better contrast so you can see what I'm doing. Same movement. You want to sink down and back and come up. Keep your lower back flat. Down and up for 2. Down and up for 3. Down and up for 4. Down and up for 5. Great. Last spot. Sink down, up for 1. Sink down, up for 2. You might find that this area is not as mobile. That's okay, you're not alone. Okay, last one. Great. Now you're going to flip over onto hands and knees and go into a child's pose position. But I want your wrists on your foam roller or your rolled up towel with your thumbs pointing up towards the ceiling. If you have knee issues, go ahead and grab a pillow and put that in between your bum and your heels just to alleviate any pressure in that knee joint. You're going to hold for 3 deep breaths, inhaling through your nose, allowing your rib cage to expand. Breathe out through your mouth. In for 2. And 3. Fabulous. Now grab your resistance band if you have one. You're going to go onto your side with your hips and knees bent to 90 degrees. Both arms will be straight in front of you, your head supported if possible. Reach forward with that top arm and then open it up towards the back, trying to get both shoulder blades onto the ground. Close back up for 1. Reach out and over for 2. Try to keep both legs in contact. Don't let your top knee move from that bottom knee. For 3. And close. For 4. And let's grab that resistance band if you have one. Otherwise, continue. Go ahead and perform the same motion Work really hard on keeping your shoulder blade down. And close. I think that's 7. And open and close for 8. Do not let that bottom arm come up if you are using resistance and or that top leg come up. Perform your last repetition of 10 and perform on the other side. Lastly, go onto your stomach, belly button pulled away from the floor, glutes nice and squeezed, extend from your upper trunk. Keep your neck nice and long, and lift up for 3, and come down. If you find difficulty, you can always take that rolled up towel or anything near you and put it underneath your rib cage so that you can try to work in more motion or have an easier time working in the motion you do have. Up and down for 6. For 7, if you find this easy, go ahead and use your arms. Go into a lat pull down motion with your arms coming up by your ears and then drive your elbows behind you. You can do this in a sustained hold, or you can do it with motion as your chest drops down in between each set. For this exercise, perform about 10 to 15 repetitions. Do for multiple sets. This really mimics that paddling position. Great. Good job, guys. I hope you found this helpful as we tried to open up your thoracic spine.